Jigokuraku honestly deserves much more attention. It pretty much has everything good anime needs to be good. It has cool action with very atmospheric music, easy to follow and very interesting plot, and by easy to follow I mean that you can watch it while eating and you don't have to worry about missing something very important. It also has great dynamic characters, and main character is the opposite of his name. Gabimaru the Hollow is definitely not hollow. Thank you. And boobs. It has boobs. And now before we go any further, please leave a like if you like this video and subscribe for more, it would mean a world to me. Now let's get started with me talking about this anime for a few minutes. But firstly, let me summarize a plot if you have zero idea on what this anime is about. So Jigokuraku, or Hell's Paradise, follows a story of Gabimaru the Hollow, a ninja who got sentenced to death, but he had a choice. Be executed or bring an elixir of life from some mysterious island and be a free man. He goes for it because he wants to live a peaceful life with his wife, and everything that happens in Hell's Paradise takes place on this island. There he has to face powerful monsters and unfriendly environment and other guys who were sentenced to death and got the same task. So this is it about the plot, pretty simple, right? And now let me tell you about what I think is the best point of this show, and it being fights and villains. Every villain from the beginning is very interesting and unique. We can separate villains of this show in few categories. Easy to defeat monsters that serve a purpose just to show how strong our characters are. Human villains who are just other important death sentenced guys or not important and are there just to die. And finally, most importantly, Tencents, a godlike creatures that are pretty much immortal and impossible to defeat. And of course, fights with Tencents are the most enjoyable to watch, because of their design, powers, and just them being very daunting creatures. Music during these fights made me sit on the edge of my chair and giggle like a little girl because of how hyped I was getting. I mean, who doesn't like to watch someone completely overpower someone else? In anime. And they got 2 stages, just like in Cuphead. Oh my god, video games, oh my god. And fortunately we got to see them fighting a good few times, and people fighting them always were characters that were important to the story, sometimes to show us how powerful Tencents are, and sometimes to make a motivation for a character or to just develop. And when it comes to character in general, this anime has plenty of good ones. We got Booby Ninja, that people were talking about on the internet and using for thumbnails. We got a cool samurai, a life crisis samurai woman, Bakugo and his brother, and our main character, a man who just doesn't die because he says no. Also I skipped, and there is like a big samurai dude that is very strong and he's cool, I guess, but now coming back. Are you on the brink of dying? Have you maybe tried not giving up? That's what he does, Gabimaru I mean. If you're watching this, then I guess you did, so never mind, I'm just getting carried away. I won't tell you anything crazy about these characters, as I want you to experience their stories and journey by yourself, but I will tell you a little something about Gabimaru, our main character. So Gabimaru is the ninja who got sent to this island to bring elixir of life, and he will do it because he really loves his wife, as I said earlier, and nothing else matters to him. Or does it? As we watch him grow as a person with each episode, he becomes more empathetic and in general just more interesting person. But as we got to know in the last episode, his story might have been much more tragic than we could have thought, but I really don't want to spoil this because damn, that was something. So now spoilers, and now quick list of things that I liked that are very specific. Fight with this demon flower. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It made me remember of how I used to play Cuphead, and it was very painful. I fucking... And the music was just perfect. I also really like the story of these 2 brothers, as one of them is just very protective about the other one and is so focused on his goals that he will probably pay for it with his own life, as we get to see that after some fight he grows some silly tattoos on his neck, and they are probably very dangerous. And I just like their dynamic, one that is like explosive and gets angry easily and is feisty, and the other one that is calmed and just only relies on his brother. So I like this story. I also really like the story of this fat samurai and how it developed by the end. His death wasn't anything special, but I just thought that it was just a really cool moment. I didn't really think about this character too much, but it was really something, and I wanted to share it with someone. I just thought it was cool. I like the story of the girl and this overhyped samurai. I really rooted for them to just go back to the main island and live together, but as we got to see, it didn't happen. But it got a pretty cool revenge story with this cool samurai dude that is blind. So their story was also really fun to watch. I like the hand power system. It reminds me a little bit of Force in Star Wars in the way that it connects every living being in some way, and I like how huge the difference is between someone who is able to use it and someone who doesn't know it. And that's it. That is all I had to say about this show. I just really liked it and wanted to share some thoughts with you. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Really, waking up and checking my phone and seeing that someone has commented makes waking up much easier. If you like this video, and subscribe for more. Before we go any further,